Hello and welcome to the Temple of Tomes with your host, Indie Comics Jones. Today's December 31st, 2022, the last day of 2022, and this is episode 556, I believe, maybe 557, not sure. Today we're looking at Briar. This is issue number 1, coming out from Boom Studios at a whopping $3.99. And on the cover here, we have the princess. Now, the story is a spin-off. I shouldn't say a spin-off. It's a retelling of Sleeping Beauty. And it's a recommend. It's a little bizarre, but I kind of like that. And it's a little bit different, and I kind of like that too. So let's get into it a little bit. First of all, let's see who's working on it here. I did not wear my readers, so... Chapter 1, Nothing Sharp in Sight, written by Christopher Cantwell. It's illustrated by Germain Garcia. The colors were done by Mateus Lopes, and the lettered by And World Design. So I think I've seen all these people at one time or another. I'm not quite sure. And then there was it looks like there was some other covers and whatnot here. I'll give you the quick rundown on that as well. Now it starts out, we see the princess, and she's looking very Disney-esque, and it's pretty interesting little side story here. She's living this really rich, lavish life. She has not just 3 fairy godmothers, but 7. And she has this special life where she gets to pretty much do anything she wants. Looks like I skipped. No, I didn't skip a page. The only issue is she must not ever touch something sharp. Well, she touches the needle on the spinning wheel, and she goes into a deep sleep in which she does not awake. Now, it's drawn really nicely here as we see everybody around her worrying, and their numbers start to dwindle. Those caring for her, they're all disappearing. And at one point, she was betrothed to this prince that went off to war, and apparently things didn't go as well, and the whole kingdom was burned. However, she lay in state, still asleep, and all you can see all the creepy things growing all around her. And there she lay for quite a while, as she's not getting any nourishment or anything. Finally, a stranger arrives. He takes a special amulet from her, and he also, before he leaves, he gives her a kiss. And this kiss awakens her, but she's still going to look in the same state, this creepy, emancipated look. And so here's how the story just kind of takes off from there. Now this is completely different now from what we know from Disney and Hans Andersen, was it, that did the stories originally, something like that. She's trying to drink water. She can't speak. It hurts her throat, and she's wandering through this forest, this almost like haunted forest. The lands that she once knew have been decimated, and everything's kind of dead. She makes her way here and there. She kind of freaks people out because she's so skinny and so wretched looking. She gets attacked by a gigantic shrew or mouse or something, and she's able to kill it, and she actually skins it with the sword she has now. Some nice scenes there. So yeah, it was a very interesting tale the way they told it. It looks like she actually maybe dined on this big rodent as well. She meets up with some townfolk at one point. She's wearing the skin of the rat, and I think they call her Rat Girl or something like that. But she's a princess, but no one knows it. No one believes her because times have changed, and all the kingdoms that she once knew, everything is kind of in disarray. She does meet up with another female from the north. You see her here. And what I kind of liked about this, even though it is female-centric, they're not like overpowering in any way. They get captured, they get beat up, they get, they have to kind of go by their wits. The one person from the north is very susceptible to the sunlight, so she must stay in the shade. And at one point, the princess is the one that kind of takes the lead after they are attacked by cannibals. And the cannibals say, "I'm not eating anything from the north, and you are too skinny to eat." So they leave these two girls to die. Just a really, really interesting story. And I'll just kind of flip through the rest of it. I don't want to give too much away in case you are interested. It is a little bit different. It isn't a superhero comic as far as I can tell. There is some action. There's some bizarre moments. The art in it, well, it's not really my kind of art. I did find it interesting, and I did think it was pretty good. There's some pretty neat scenes. And then we also get a map of the whole storyline of what is going on, the map in the current time that this story is taking place, and the whole area is called Archstone. So there you have it. Pretty good. I think this could have been fleshed out a little bit better. I know it's a comic book, so they're probably not going to give it too much detail. Maybe it looks like it was done by Incarnate, the map software or something like that. It's very basic. But this story is a recommend. Now also coming out from Boom, Once in the Future, Kieran Gillen, House of Slaughter, Scarlet, James Tynion IV, A Spark in the Forge, Seba Tehar, A Wind, James Tynion IV again. I think there's a lot of people that might be still reading this one. And of course, Berserker, the Keanu Reeves, Matt Kindt book. So, there you go. Briar, issue number 1. I recommend. Thanks for stopping in and watching this quick review. I also want to shout out to Jimmy James, a new subscriber. I can do that because I get so few new subscribers. It's pretty easy to point them out when they come up in my feed. So, thanks for joining us. As always, please please subscribe if you haven't. I'll mention you if you show up in the prompt there. Leave comments if you wish, and we'll see you next time at the Temple of Tomes. Got a surprising issue here. I love this. This is Indie Comics Joan bidding you a Happy New Year and adieu.